Hi!
Hey!
How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Come inside, get out of the
We
rain.
picked a great day to bake.
Yeah, it's perfect. Welcome to my kitchen.
Thank you. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this is it.
Amazing.
10 plus years, couple of books.
I know, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
this is where all the magic happens.
Lots of magic.
Well, last winter when you sent me your book, I made like all the cakes. It was heaven.
Oh, that's
and my
great.
boyfriend was very happy. So
That's
thank
great.
you. And he wants to know what we're making today, and so do I.
We're making some stamped saffron sugar cookies
Amazing.
using some really special hand-carved stamps from Iran.
Those are stunning.
They're so cool. Some of these were sent to me by a family member, and then one of them was sent to me by someone who follows me on Instagram,
Oh, that's
which
so
is
sweet.
incredibly sweet and nice.
These are beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving these to me. So sweet of you. But speaking of, before we get started, before we get too crazy, I have a present for you.
Oh, that's so
For
nice.
me and Food 52.
Thank you.
We have a little apron for you.
Thank
No pressure to
you.
wear it today, but
It's beautiful. I think
you know.
I'll wear it for my future holiday cookies.
Yes,
I love
exactly.
it.
It is holiday cookie season, which
Yeah.
is the best season as far as I'm
It's the
concerned.
best season.
Amazing.
So we're gonna make this in a stand mixer. You can
Okay.
also make it with a hand mixer, or you can make it with a food processor. It's
Oh, yeah.
pretty flexible. So the first thing we're gonna do actually is separate these 2 eggs because we need 2 egg yolks.
Okay.
So let's
Okay,
keep
great.
the yolks in
that one?
That one, I think. Yeah, perfect.
Let's see how gracefully I do this.
You're gonna do great. I can tell.
Oh, you're so sweet. And then you want the yolks in this little bowl?
Yeah, wherever in that little bowl.
Oh wait, you told me to put the yolks in the big bowl.
Yeah, either one's fine. Totally, either one's totally fine.
We're 1 minute in.
I'll take your shell.
So we have the yolks.
Perfect. Yolks, and then the second thing we're going to do is actually grind our saffron.
Amazing.
It is a pricey ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to use a little bit, and we're going to use it for a special occasion. I was always taught when you're using saffron that you should grind it really fine.
Okay.
So we're going to just add a little pinch to this little tiny mortar and pestle, and
And
like
I just go in there?
yeah, and just go for it. And this little guy, like, I only use it for saffron pretty much. It's like
It's so cute.
my little saffron guy.
Fits perfectly in my hands.
Yeah. And the reason that we're grinding it is because it's going to bloom easier, the color will kind of come out more, the flavor will come out more, and you kind of get like a little more bang for your buck when you grind it up and can use it like that. And so we're getting some yellow from the egg yolks, but then you'll really see after the saffron sits in the egg yolks for a second, it just really, that bright orangey color just really blooms.
Hi, Arlo. I know you get excited about saffron.
Saffron, guests, butter.
Did you say Arlo likes saffron, guests, and butter?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good diet plan.
And then we're gonna just whisk that up with a little fork just to kind of mix it up.
It's a very gentle, tiny whisk. I make messes, so good luck.
Yeah, so we're just gonna give that like a little second to bloom and help the saffron dissolve a little bit while we make the rest of the dough.
She's gonna have her moment.
Gonna have a little chill time.
Okay.
And we're gonna do butter and sugar in our mixer first.
And perfect timing. There comes Arlo.
Standard kind of creaming method here. We're gonna cream these 2 together.
Okay.
Our mixture is nice and creamy now. It's not like super creamy, fluffy, but it's well combined. So we're gonna add now the flavorings. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is actually paste.
Yeah.
A little fancier. We're going fancy because it's holiday season. And then we're also gonna add a little bit of cardamom. I ground that fresh for you.
You did?
I did.
Wow. Thank
And
you so
then-
much. I'm so honored.
And then we're gonna add some salt, a half teaspoon. That's kosher.
Gorgeous.
If you have fine salt at home, you can use a little bit less.
A little bit less. Great.
So we're just gonna mix those guys together. Just a quick little mixy, and then we're gonna, with the mixer on a low speed, we're gonna add the egg mixture.
Look at the color. It's like neon orange.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I'm gonna go for the drama of the
Gorgeous.
continuous stream.
It's gorgeous. Oh yeah. And then let's scrape that little container
This
out,
little bowl.
'cause you don't want to miss any of the egg or any
Or
of
that
that saffron.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we're gonna add all of the dry ingredients at once. We have some flour and some baking powder.
Okay.
I can just like dump it all in. So this is basically just a sugar cookie recipe with a little bit of like additional flavorings. Yeah.
Sugar cookie is like really the canvas of cookies. It's like the blank canvas of cookies.
You can flavor this with anything, like if saffron is not something that you want to try or whatever, you can just make it with the cardamom and vanilla and maybe like bump those spices a little bit.
That would be delicious.
Or you can use other spices, whatever you want. Awesome. So this is kind of like, it's a little bit crumbly. It's not like totally together. And what we're gonna do is wrap this up in some plastic and put it in the fridge to chill for a second.
Let it get cold.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, because you're iconic and legendary, you have a swap.
I did make a swap.
So we're ready to go.
Yeah. So
no time wasted.
No time wasted. This is nice and like it's pliable, but it's cold, so it's gonna be really easy to roll out. And then we're gonna roll this out to like a 1/4 inch thick.
It's a really beautiful rolling pin.
Thank you. I've had it for forever and ever.
Does it have a story?
And then, not really.
Yeah,
give it a little flipper.
You read my mind. It doesn't have a story.
It doesn't. I don't even remember where I got it. It's just been with me forever. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. You want it to have enough thickness that it can like kind of accept the stamp. Now there's like a couple ways that you can approach the stamping. You can be like very methodical and do it in like tidy rows, and then you can cut the cookies out like exactly the same size as the stamp. But what I kind of like to do is to use all of them and just like stamp all of the dough.
And then just go in there.
And then just like cut whatever shape. So I have some circles and some squares, so it's kind of like whatever.
Oh, I see.
Feeling.
So like basically you can stamp it, but the stamp doesn't have to match the cutter.
Exactly. Yeah.
So smart.
And so we're just gonna like give them a loose
little dusting
of flour.
Wow, these are so stunning.
And then like tap off the excess. So you have
of course mine is like full of flour.
Oh no, mine was too. That's fine. So just put it like directly down on the cookie, and then when you press on it, just do even pressure on the top. And like pretty firm.
Oh wow.
And then pull it off.
Okay. Going in. Oh yeah, I could see how going in like sort of even would be important.
Yeah, and if it's like not perfect, it's fine, you know.
All right, I'm a little, let's see. I can't tell if I was too gentle. Oh, no.
Maybe a little too firm? A little too firm. There's a learning curve.
No, but it's interesting. I learned a lot there.
Yeah, all right, so we're gonna just finish stamping this dough.
Oh, you're like stamping over stamps.
Yeah.
I love this.
I mean, you can kind of do it however you want.
Yeah.
It's a real like
this energy is amazing.
So, parchment lined baking sheet.
You gonna put that over here? Or no, right there?
Yeah, you take it over there. And then cut to your heart's content.
Impossible. It'll never be content.
I usually just do it in a way that like maximizes the number of cuts. Like so they're just close together.
Okay.
Just make them close together.
I'm totally gonna do that. Yeah. Okay.
Instead of like starting in the middle or whatever.
Yeah.
And when you stamp this way, they're all a little bit different. They all kind of have their own little thing going on.
And how long do these bake for?
They'll bake for like 8 minutes or so. You want to obviously bake them until they're cooked through, but you don't really want any browning on them.
Okay.
Because we want to like preserve all of the yellow color.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also the flavor of the saffron comes through more when the cookies are like just like kind of perfectly brown. Because once the cookie starts to brown, then you get like more caramelized flavor, which is really delicious.
Delicious, but it's just a different thing.
Yeah, but like not for this cookie. We don't want that to happen. So now the cookies are baking, and while they're baking, we're gonna make our toppings.
Great.
And our toppings are gonna be a beautiful saffron glaze, and then some really finely chopped blanched pistachios.
The color, I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we're using blanched ones because of the color.
It enhances the color.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to roasted.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome.
Let's first, we're gonna grind another pinch of saffron just like the first one.
And then are we gonna bloom it in the milk?
We're gonna bloom it in the milk.
I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, so pretty.
This feels like royalty would drink like saffron milk.
Exactly.
Give her two ounces of saffron milk and it'll save her. Okay, sorry.
This is some confectioner sugar. We're just gonna do a little pinch of salt in there. And then you can stir that up a little bit.
With
Why
this,
not? Yeah,
in here.
just like a little swish around. Perfect.
Oh, look at that. Can we see this?
Yeah, I feel like you should see it real close.
You gotta get in here and see this. It's stunning.
Just pour about half of that into the confectioner sugar to start. and just whisk it all up.
Something that I struggle with as someone who writes recipes is helping people to sort of understand that when you're adding liquid to confectioner sugar, you just go slow. Because no matter what amount I wrote in a recipe, you still want to go slow.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it just gets too wet and you want to just take it easy, okay? So take it easy because you might not need all the liquid.
It's much easier to add than to take away.
Because if you could add the tiniest drop of liquid and you have to add a pound of confectioner sugar.
Exactly.
To bring it back.
Yeah. Our glaze is all mixed. We have a little extra milk. That's okay. And what we're going to do...
For our ailing princess.
Exactly. Is we're going to chop up these pistachios basically like as fine as you can.
We want this to be fine ground for like aesthetic, right? Because we still want to be able to see the...
Exactly.
So it's like a pistachio dust.
Yeah, almost powdery. That's right.
How do you feel? Do you want to take it home?
I think like a little more.
I feel like...
All right, I think that's good.
Oh, that was masterful.
All right. So now we are set to decorate our cookies.
Okay.
And we're going to decorate them when they're still a little bit warm.
Okay. They're so pretty.
These are beautiful. You can see they like really hold their shape.
They do.
You can see all of those little indentations. We're going to apply the glaze with a brush, with a pastry brush.
Oh, I love that.
So here's one for you.
Okay.
I'll do one too to show you. So we're just going to dip into our glaze, and then when you glaze the cookies, you want to make sure that you're getting it into like all of the little crevices. And so I'm like applying the glaze, and I'm also kind of like almost like brushing it away a little bit, so it's settling into all of the indentations, but you can still see them. And then we're going to sprinkle with the pistachio right away because the glaze dries really fast.
Yes.
And you can see how the green like just really, really pops. But you could use another nut for this, or you can just leave them plain. They're really beautiful, just kind of as is. Here are our beautiful cookies.
It's cookie time. These cookies are stunning. The color is just like unreal, and they're so smooth, and there's like a little bit of a matte sheen to them.
Yeah, they're really beautiful.
It's amazing. Should we, I mean, you had
cookie
them,
cheers?
but I mean, we should cheers. There's so many flavors happening right now in my mouth. There's like a crispness to the cookie, but also it's like really soft inside. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, and the egg yolk like gives it a little bit of chewiness.
It's amazing. And a little bit of crunch from the pistachio. And the saffron is like unlike any flavor I've had in a cookie before.
Yeah, it's kind of like an earthy, floral kind of flavor. It's like very subtle, but it definitely feels special.
Yeah, there's a serious like richness to the cookie. It feels very like regal and exciting.
Yeah. I wanted to like make a holiday cookie recipe that like used kind of some Iranian influences, used these stamps that are really special to me, but still like felt like a holiday festive kind of cookie, which is why I did the glaze and the pistachios and all of that. Because I grew up making like plain sugar cookies, but we never did like crazy holiday cookie boxes or anything, which is something I love to do now. So I kind of thought that this would be a perfect, really special addition to a cookie assortment.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So many people who I talk to every day, whether it's in the DMs, are just so in love with your work, and it's just really exciting and an honor to sort of hang out and get to know you. So
thank you. I mean, likewise.
So if you've enjoyed today's episode of The Secret Sauce with Grossy Pelosi and Yossy, please
like and subscribe.
And you can find the recipe
at Food 52.
And also below. It's right below this.
Oh, and
right
below
under
this.
the box.
Great.
It's linked right there for you.
So easy.
You have to make these cookies. They're absolutely stunning. And stay tuned for the next episode. And thank you for watching this one.